Earth. According to the internet, it houses 7 billion humans, controlled by 2 main superpowers, Australia and New Zealand. Their empires stretched across the planet as their kings vied for control. The battle for supremacy has gone on for thousands of years. It began when New Zealand built the pyramids. Australia countered by constructing the Great Wall of China. New Zealand produced the Rolling Stones. Australia had the Beatles. The discoveries continued as their empires grew. New Zealand won the space race and landed on the moon. Australia topped it by landing on the sun. So New Zealand blew up Jupiter. It is time for 2 brave men to properly determine which country is the greatest. In Hamish and Andy's Caravan of Courage, Australia versus New Zealand.
Nice kangaroo.
Oh, cheers.
Welcome to our Caravan of Courage, Australia versus New Zealand. Tonight, we're going to show you the Australia bit.
No, say the good thing, the big thing.
Oh, sorry. Tonight is going to be the thrilling conclusion to this epic piece of televisual double night history.
Wow. Thank you, Andy. Well said. Well, you heard him, gang. Season finale. OK, tense. Australia versus New Zealand. This is the show where we find out who stacks up better. Will New Zealand be like a sheep? Versatile, wonderful animal with many uses, or will it be more like a sheep? Just something that's full of grass. Huh? Or will Australia be the sheep?
I don't think
a delicious animal that you can eat and share with the family.
That wouldn't have been
Or will it be like a lamb?
No.
Also a sheep.
Again, I wouldn't have chosen this way.
No, you can. And if you don't know what sheep you are, I made a diagram.
We're not doing
What sheep are you?
No, we're not doing diagrams. The diagram looks like this. If it's a bit more map-like, everybody.
Andy,
this one shows where we went last week, the complete trip across New Zealand, ending at the top.
Yeah, that's right. Once we got to the top, we took the Farlap Memorial Sea Tunnel across to the top of Australia, which is a very long drive, and you have to do a wee stop before you start.
No.
And then we got to the top, and then finally we were ready. It's a great tunnel, kids. Maybe do a project on it if you'd like to learn more.
Don't do a project on it, kids.
No, okay.
Just watch the television.
Yeah, just watch TV. Never do projects, kids. Just watch TV.
No. You may learn something just a little bit. Anyway, let's see how Australia went. Australia, a sunburned country, a land of sweeping plains.
Sometimes it does get a bit hot and you can chafe. Still good.
Sure, there are dangers at every turn, but there's also helpful strangers to guide you through them. With its vast beauty, it makes you wonder what Cook must have thought when he first arrived here.
Well, wonder no more, because in Cooktown, at the very top right of Australia, the local Historical Reenactment Association know exactly what Cook was thinking at all times.
I'm Loretta.
Loretta, Andy, nice to meet you.
Hamish, how's it going? I'm the president of the association.
Is this where he stepped off and said those famous words, "What's cooking"?
No, he didn't. But Loretta wasn't giving any more away, as she wanted us to learn it during a reenactment that afternoon.
It was headed up by Tyson, the director of the reenactment and local pharmacist, and just like the guys playing Captain Cook and Banks, we'd already been assigned historically correct characters.
I think I'm Gibson. You are Gibson, and you are Webb.
Webb.
All right. Yep. Well, before we start, I want to give you your script.
I found our bit.
Yeah, you found it? Yeah.
So, Marines, Webb and Gibson.
Yep.
Webb, dashing, natural shooter, extremely adept with a musket. Okay. Draws his gun on Gibson and kills him as an offering to Captain Cook. I have killed Gibson for you, Cook. The traitor, the pirate. Crowd, all hail Webb. He is the greatest. Name a barbecue after him.
Yeah.
And hence the Webber.
Yeah, no, that won't be...
And that is an accurate reenactment.
I just can't see where that's probably happening. Won't be directing it that way.
Sadly, this wouldn't be the last of Haim's pirate obsession. We made our way to the reenactment site where the crowd had gathered, and it dawned on me that this was quite an important show. It's a bloody big crowd out there, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it is.
So the nerves have kicked in for me.
Kick in for you because you're a pirate, mate, and someone's about to find you out.
Stick to the script. Let's stick to the script. All right.
Well, the script seemed a little bit boring. I prefer the story of Gibson, the Spanish pirate trying to bring down Cook from within.
You're a good man, Jim. I'm not going to let you die.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter what you think because it's a reenactment. The same one this group's been doing for the last 56 years in a row.
So now the next scene we're going to do is what we call the landing scene.
Do we have any lines in this one?
No lines in this one.
Right, so no lines, just hunting pigeons.
Okay, action.
Stop, Gibson. First of all, stop muttering those Spanish prayers. They're beginning to irritate me and I don't know why you're doing it.
We don't have any lines yet.
Gibson, stop flirting with me, you gorgeous bastard, and shoot one of those air cats down. Damn it, Gibson, you missed all the pigeons. Why would you waste Captain Cook's ammunition? I'll get it, because I'm Webb. Boom! Yes, got it.
The scene played out and Tyson had a little bit of feedback.
Once again, the ad-libbing, I've got a little bit of a problem with that.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Just to be clear though,
Yeah, mate.
Ty, we've had no lines so far, have we?
No, not yet.
I can't even remember what happened because I accidentally just totally became Webb.
That's awesome. All right.
That's acting.
But with the crowd watching, the show had to continue. A kangaroo was caught. Banks found a turtle, and Hayne was quiet, a little too quiet.
In the scene with Webb and Gibson, something awesome happens. I might call you guys on stage just to celebrate. Bit of a new ending, all right?
There weren't any pirates on board, were there?
Definitely not.
No, which is exactly what pirates want you to think.
And as the Indigenous reenactors returned to stage left, I knew it was finally time for the long-awaited Webb and Gibson scene. What do you got there, Gibson, or should I say El Hombre?
The line is, you've seen a kangaroo.
How bloody dare you? I am Webb. You are a Spaniard and a pirate. And on the orders of James Cook, I now execute you in an authorised pirate slaying. Stand down and die.
Sometimes you're happy just to die because you're a bit sick of reenacting.
Australia is now pirate-free. We live together in harmony. Congratulations. We did it. Everyone, get on. Get on. Yes. We did it.
God, it's just good to see history in action.
We did it. We did it. Long die, Gibson. Yeah. Don't believe everything you read.
We left a very confused crowd as we needed to get to the Cooktown rodeo, which was on that afternoon.
Is this one of the biggest days of the year for Cooktown, the rodeo?
Not really, but what's important about this...
Just go, say yes.
This is absolutely huge.
Thanks, mate. Well, you heard him. It's the biggest day of the year. We were welcomed out to the yard to inspect the bucking bulls.
Are these the big bulls?
These will be some of the junior ones and that.
Jeez, they're big, aren't they?
Yeah, some are.
I mean, they're bigger than a cat, for example.
Yeah, they're bigger than most things.
Bigger than most things, yeah.
The riders were insane. But what seemed even more idiotic was the rodeo clowns, who happily sit in there for every single ride at the risk of getting hurt. Teddy is one of those clowns.
What is the role of the clown?
Protect the rider.
Protect the rider?
Yep, don't let the riders get hurt.
Do you put yourself between the bull and the rider?
Yep.
You are clowns, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? What are you doing that for?
Just everything that you ever learn in your whole life goes against it when you're a rodeo clown. You know, there's danger, you always run away, but when rodeo, if there's danger, you run to it.
Yep, sounds like me.
We watched Teddy in action. And he then suggested we should have a go to really understand the craft.
Oh, that doesn't sound like me.
If you're about to get married, is this a smart thing to do?
No, probably not.
Yeah. We were doing it anyway. So we donned some body armour and got a few tips from Ted.
All right. So I'm coming like that, and I sort of go like that.
What's the rodeo etiquette on running like that? Is that no good?
It's acceptable.
Is it?
We accept.
Sometimes I pick up my...
We even chatted to Old Mate to see where the safest spot in the ring might be for us.
The safest spot is on the back of the bull.
Yeah, right.
I'm starting to... My hands and feet are a bit numb.
Yeah.
I'm tingling. Some would call it fear. I call it all part of the clown prep.
Well, it's the adrenaline kicking
Are you
in.
starting... Do you feel it on game day yet, or is it not till you face in the bull?
No, you get a bit of adrenaline happening, and you can start feeling it going through your body.
We're going in the bull ring. Can't believe we're going in the bull ring. Can't breathe.
You sure we should be out here?
Yeah, you should be all right. If you want to stay near the... Because we'll stand back with each other to let them hunt and then...
Oh, shoot, it's starting.
And when the rider comes off, that's when the rodeo clown's job starts. Jeez, Andy, what are we doing in here? Mate, I can't feel my legs. Well, that was the least fun I'd ever had. But before we knew it, another one was out and bucking, and this bull meant business. Then after he stamped on that guy, he was after Andy. Look out, look out! Andy, no! God, he was so young and beautiful, and I never told him. Oh, no, it missed him. Good Andy, good Andy.
Yeah, but it got bloody close, and I was out of there. Come out.
Whereas I stayed for 3 more seconds. Good.
Well, clowns are meant to be fun. Clowning around, fun.
But Ted's not dead. I mean, we ran off on him.
Yes, very good start for Australia. Stick around, more Caravan of Courage after this.
Still to come. Hamish and Andy try their hand at the unique sport of camel racing.
I'm coming for you, Rick!
Hamish lends a hand and an arm to a cattle fertility farm.
What have I found in here?
But next, Andy gets his very first beard. A bee beard. All that and a whole lot more as the Caravan of Courage continues across Australia.
Australia versus New Zealand. It is all about Australia this week. And what are you doing? What are you up to there, mate?
Oh, hello, everyone. Sorry. Yeah, just adding up all the points Australia's getting because you got to stay on the tally.
Yeah, but...
Got to stay right on it because you don't want to miss anything.
The show hasn't started again yet, so surely they can't be getting points for this bit.
Oh, Australia's doing pretty well. It's constantly doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of great things. This is a good table. That's very soft hair.
OK.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's important for us to be fair.
I am being fair. Show me some show. Convince me. Shush.
We ventured south from Cooktown to a place called Caravan because Hayne was pretty keen to show me something.
So it's special treat time. I'm not going to take you on a holiday without organising a special treat. I'm taking you to the honey house.
Yeah, why though?
Got your letter. Dear Hayne, I'm sad because I can never grow a full beard. I wonder if it's possible for you to somehow make me a beard out of bees. My favourite insect. Love Andy, age 6. And I filed that away. And I've kept it for 24 years. And the lady helping me provide the beard, a reverse barber if you will, was Trish.
Why do the bees come and hang out on someone's face?
Because they're protecting the queen.
So you put the queen on...
We'll put the queen on you
You're going to
first.
have a queen sitting on your face.
Where do you put the queen?
And sit on your face.
Have you ever had bees on you before?
Oh, not... Well, yes, a bee's been on me.
Did you freak out?
I didn't love a bee being on me, but I wouldn't say I freaked out.
Okay.
Why? What's the...
The whole thing is about being calm around the bees,
sounds
OK?
like a sensible thing to do.
So if you're freaked out, they'll freak out.
OK. Well, in an effort to keep things calm, Trish thought it best for us to have a signal in case things weren't going well.
What about if we make the signal this? So if you feel like you're in trouble, you just go... OK?
I'm not sure about that.
And then we'll be like,
I think that one will work.
OK. All right, we picked a different signal, so now you're totally safe.
Well, why are you dressed like that then?
Oh, that's just my Tuesday suit. Anyway, it was time to begin.
I want you at a distance.
You know, I'm going to be right here. This is a huge father-son moment. It's your first beard. You can have a beard in many situations. What Andy's got here is a sit-down beard, casual beard, weekend beard, relaxed beard, sports-watching beard. Let's get back to the bee beard. So the queen was tied around Ando's neck, and then 3,000 bees were poured into his lap. This is what people that have beards experience every day. Okay, you've got a ton of bees now in your lap.
Yeah, if they sting, he's got problems.
Is it more comfortable than not having bees on you?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, he wouldn't say that, guys. What Andy's trying to say there is it's less comfortable than being devoid of bees. Back to the bees.
can see the bees starting to investigate the moustache area. And right now, Andy would be absolutely ecstatic with joy as he begins to feel those first few insect legs take hold on his face.
Go away.
I don't know if you heard or not, but he just whispered, "Going great." As you can see, the bees are searching for Andy's top lip. Camera B, you getting that? Getting the bees out of the eyes. Okay, now I've got bees on my face, so I regret taking off my helmet. Yeah, I got a bee on my face. Thanks, mate. Oh, Andy, I had a bee on my face, but I stayed calm. So everything's fine. Andy, you appear to have rapidly progressed through puberty and your beard is now over your eyes. At this stage, it's probably safest that we just leave Andy to be consumed by the bees as their new hive, and we wish him the best and we thank him for years of friendship. Goodbye, old friend. You are now a hive.
Luckily, Maury had a different idea, so the queen came off and so did all the bees.
Are they all off?
Yeah. There's a few stragglers, but that's just fine.
It's as good as we're going to get it off?
Yeah. Congratulations. Give me a nice big manly squeeze, because you're a man now. You wore a beard.
We continued on from Kuranda, through cane fields, and more cane fields, and even more cane fields. So we decided to stop and learn about cane fields from this guy called Sam.
Kids, grab a pen. Here's how you make sugar. Optimus Prime cuts the cane.
Oh, that's a harvester.
Then another robot transfers that cane to a flat, boring roller coaster.
Oh, that's just a freight train.
Then the boring roller coaster goes to an oversized blender.
Oh, that's a factory.
And the factory does lots of different stuff to it and things. Then you have sugar.
Brown gold.
The people at the Tully Sugar Factory know it's a little bit more difficult than that.
It is very Willy Wonka. Probably everything's edible.
What's this stuff? It's bagasse. It's the fibre of the cane. Looks like coconut.
Pass the coconut into a large shed.
Full of Wonka chocolate.
No, that's molasses. A sugar byproduct, great for cattle, as John explained.
So in this tank at the moment, we have 8,300 tonnes of molasses. A lot of it gets exported overseas and it gets sold to our local graziers through Western Queensland.
How deep is it?
It's about 6 metres deep.
It's molasses.
It's molasses.
But it is edible.
It tastes okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's edible.
Edible? That gave me a little idea.
Have you seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Little fat kid goes in? Yeah. I mean, German kid. It's not. I mean, just child.
John, can I grab you for a sec? He's been carrying on about Willy Wonka all day, and all he wants to do is swim in the sugar. Yeah. Is there a chance we can put a human in there?
I think we could try that.
Yeah. What would it entail?
Well, we're going to have to put him into a harness and have him tied back, because I think once he goes in there, he's not going to get out by himself, so we're going to have to physically get him back out there.
I mean, is there a chance if we lost him, he could eat his way out?
8,300 tonnes of molasses.
I wouldn't put it past him. I've seen him at a Sizzler dessert bar. Hey.
Yes.
John had an awesome idea.
So John told Hamish his awesome idea.
Definitely not happy about this. I said I wanted to tiptoe through a marshmallow field with candy cane trees and
swim
bubblegum
in a
flowers.
sugary lake. I mean, you said chocolate, but it's a lot of same amount of content, sugar content.
I can't believe I'm being glooped. Thanks, mate. Really sweet of you.
Hey, you've always wanted it. This is the Wonka memory.
Yep.
Step out.
Oh.
Keep going.
Big. Oh, jeez. Oh, Andy. Goodbye, my sweet friend. Sugar baby.
You look like a gull after an oil spill.
I would love to go to a public toilet and walk out of the cubicle and go, it's a disaster in there.
Haim had done a great job, but he was actually only halfway through my idea.
Hey, you love lamingtons. There's your coconut. For me this time. Can you just please finish this off? I mean,
are you going to be happy after
you've got
this?
the chocolate base. Give me the coconut.
Well, I had come this far, and to be honest, it did look like a lambing ton of fun.
Lamington! You look like a Yeti. No, I don't want to hug you. No, I don't.
And that's what they do every day at the sugar factory.
So educational, right? It was a tough dilemma. I did want to eat myself, which is a problem that the gingerbread man and to a lesser extent the tofu man faces every single day. It was horrible.
We'll be back in a tick, everyone. Welcome back to the Caravan of Courage, concentrating on Australia. Throughout the trip, Haim did try and kill me through his cooking.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, it is fair to say that obviously my cooking wasn't the absolute worst thing that we experienced in Australia, was it?
No, I think it would be the worst.
Oh, okay.
We're in Queensland, and in addition to the strenuous job of chief navigator and head of security, I made it clear to Andy that I was also the caravan chef. Dinner was going to be something special.
Deep fryer on special. I've never really used a deep fryer before, but my God, I've seen a lot in action.
Everyone knows the best foods are deep-fried foods, but the supplies in the van are pretty limited, so my policy was deep fry everything.
That's amazing. I think it's done. Dinner will be ready pretty soon, mate.
Do you need a hand?
No, I don't need a hammed.
Without my knowledge, this experimenting went on for quite a while.
Are you frying something?
Get a bit of colour in the food. Just as a snack, can you deep fry nuts? Always kiss your food before you throw it in. Little chef's trick. The secret ingredient is love. Eggs. You can fry an egg, why can't you deep fry an egg? That's what I dare to ask.
You all right?
Yes. I'm having good fun.
And third-degree burns later, dinner was served.
And reluctantly eaten.
I'll have a napkin.
We don't have napkins at our restaurant. We have caravans.
I'll have a beer?
There's quite a lot of beer in the batter. That's where your beer went.
I was off to eat the rest of the teddy bear biscuits.
Not even deep fried. What a health nut.
We're in outback Queensland, and this is cattle country. Specifically right here, a longhorn type.
Andy, watch out for the roof! Oh, no, that's fine. Sorry, it must have been the angle. That's fine.
But in Leighton Park, the longhorn cows weren't the only impressive specimen.
Here we go.
Biggest moustache I've ever seen.
Moustache man. Long moustached man, longhorn cows. What have you bought that's long? Don't answer.
The long mow belonged to Mick, who, along with his wife Linda, run Leighton Cattle Station.
Are you guys like the specialists in Texas longhorn cows?
We own the biggest herd of purebred Texas longhorns in Australia.
Yep. And those longhorns had very long horns.
But that's how long
the
horns are, from tip to tip.
It's quite a handy horn.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get through doors.
Yeah.
You'd be an outside. Is he an outside cow?
He's an outside cow.
Yeah, not a house cow?
Yeah, no.
What's his name?
His name's Johnny Reb.
Yep.
But we call him JR.
And we were keen to see JR, who holds the world record for hornal length, or the longest tip-to-tip, just biggest horns.
Oh, wow, look at him up the back.
Where's JR?
He's got twice the length of anyone else. That's amazing.
That's 9 feet 3.
That's the biggest horned animal in the world.
Sure is.
But even though JR is super horny, he and every one of these longhorns were actually created by Linda using IVF technology right here on the farm.
So, Linda, what's the story here?
So you're going to have to get down and dirty, that's the story.
Linda was about to give us a crash course in calf creation.
This is the honeymoon suite.
It is.
Why aren't they just interacting themselves?
But we don't have a bull here.
You don't have a bull?
All our bulls are sitting in that tank there.
Oh, okay. Right, so it's sort of colour-coded, like jelly bellies.
Yeah.
Linda really has got the insemination process down to a fine art.
You warm up the sperm in this, then you take it out and you pop it in the gun or the pistolette and you chop the end off your straw.
So this can be injected or squirted at a friend's face?
No.
I don't know, that might be good luck.
No, I don't think so.
We both agreed that that wouldn't happen.
Put a glove on.
That's a long glove.
Put some lube on your hand.
You know you're in for a big day of lovemaking when you're getting a 15-litre tub of lube.
Yeah, it's because if they get a bit agitated, the tail just flips around. And
OK, so it's a tail holder and there's a miner that goes in the... Yeah, OK, inseminator's better.
The left hand goes up the rear end of the cow.
Why are you putting that in the bottom?
Because you need to pick up the cervix of the cow to put the semen in.
Oh, my God, I don't even... Okay. So how do we say this for kids? So one person holds up...
One person opens the door.
One person holds the streamers. And another person goes to the party and spikes the punch.
Yeah. But who was going to spike the punch?
1, 2, 3. Yes! Woohoo! That'll go.
I've lost some bad ones, but I did not want to lose that one.
So the punch gun was loaded.
We're live. We're live.
It's ready.
Haynes put his party glove on.
A bit more than that.
That's plenty, man.
And you just wipe it across her tail now.
I wipe it across.
Yeah.
And I collected a lucky cow.
Hey, first up, good evening. I wish you the very best. I was trying to build a rapport. And so I just wipe this, do I?
Yep.
She flinched.
Up the top,
She
though.
flinched. Yeah, mate, I know where it is.
Okay.
Good girl. Everything's fine.
It's
yeah. And things are happening. It's as hot as a cow in there, and there can be no mistaking what my hand is moving through as we speak. Just she resisting. Some stuff happening in there. Look, she's pinching me very hard.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her at this stage.
Hurry up.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. What am I looking for?
You're looking for the cervix. Yeah, it's about that long.
It's not in that.
How far? How far up?
I'm in the wrong mind for that type of treasure.
Your hand's got to go further yet.
You got to go further, mate.
I found another hole. I'm at the next hole. Is there another hole?
It shouldn't be.
What have I found in here?
You should feel the little cervix. About that
feeling
long,
around for
about
us.
that round.
It's so hot and firm. I think I found it.
You found it?
I think so, yeah.
Haim had finally got to the punch bowl.
Just gently, mate.
So you got the cervix, you should be able to thread that through.
Good man.
And in we go.
Yeah.
Just halfway and then pull back halfway.
Spike the punch. Spiking the punch. Spiking it a little bit more. Can I pull it out?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay. The spiking needle comes back. And even though I'm having heaps of fun, can I pull my arm out now? And we've left the party.
You're done well. Very good.
Oh, that's nature.
And with that, Hamish had created a little bovine Blake. How cute.
If it is anything like university, she won't admit to her friends that she was with me.
Cool, man. I believe you.
I know.
I'd have to say, what an unlucky cow. I mean, if you had the choice of Dr. Chris Brown going out and doing that or non-Dr. Hamish Blake, you'd be fairly disappointed with the outcome.
She was just happy to get away.
More Caravan and Courage after this, everyone. Welcome back to the Caravan and Courage Australia versus New Zealand. Now, Ham, inspired by the US election, has some up-to-the-minute data comparing the two countries and how things are going.
Loud and clear, Andy. Yes, I can hear you. How's everything going back in the studio? Great to hear. Okay. Yes, so, well, here we are at Data Central. I should have said Central. Just comparing all the stats as they come in and whatnot. Here we have a graph. I could bore you all night with charts, probably.
Yeah, you probably could, actually.
No, but what we've got here is about the halfway point. This is where New Zealand was last week. OK, so where's Australia? Let's just feed that data in now.
Hurry up.
Beep, beep, beep. No, it takes a while, mate. Science is exciting. OK, so let's... Oh no, we're lagging behind, Andy. This is a catastrophe. It looks like we're underdogs. I hope that doesn't make Australia barrack for the show harder.
That's
because we're underdogs.
Yeah, that's some compelling stuff, mate.
Well, that's science, man.
OK, let's see if Australia can mount a fight back. We had travelled 1,250 kilometres already and we're now deep in the heart of Queensland. We tracked south on unsealed roads for 2.5 hours in search of a town called Opalton.
This is about as remote as you can get. There are 9 people in the town, all on the hunt for opals, and they very much keep to themselves, largely in an effort to protect whatever they've found.
It's an unreal lifestyle out here, really good. You do what you like, basically. Opals are the gem for this area here. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of luck.
You fun? It's just beautiful, the boulder opal out here. You know, one day it'll happen. I'll get the big one. What you say?
You get opals, blisters, sore feet, and a suntan.
I can't understand your question.
We were looking for a lady called Pat, who'd agreed to let us fossick with her for opals on her claim.
If we find something big enough, we probably kill her. And that's how it works out these places. And then you have to dress as Pat for the rest of your life, so none of the other townsfolk know. If it's a big opal, I'll do that.
Pat?
You could have driven up if you wanted to.
Oh, sorry about that. So, Pat, is this your house?
This is my little camp, yeah.
Can you just set up on land, or do you have to buy it off someone?
Well, I'm squatting here.
Do you ever miss the city, Pat, or do you love it out here?
I love it out here.
Pat has a permit to mine this 30 square metre plot.
What's stopping someone just nicking in there and having a scrounge while you're not there?
That if I found out that I'd kill them.
Yep. I've always found the death penalty is a pretty good deterrent.
So, hammers in hand and full of enthusiasm, we followed a grandma down a 40-foot ladder that was cable tied together to begin the search for opals.
It's very silly. What's this?
Looks like my boys have left some.
No, I found that. How much would this be worth?
Probably 30 or 40 bucks. But you'd have to have somebody.
In the Brazil? Just so we're clear, Pat, what is the rule down here for what we find and what we keep? Harveys?
Yeah, we'll decide on Harveys now until you find a really good one.
Haim and I went our separate ways, and I was having a bit more luck than him.
Oh, yeah, you were finding all the great stuff.
Oh, look at it, silvery, shimmering.
Could be a turd.
It could be a turd.
Ah, the old brown gold. Harveys, Pat? You did say Harveys.
The fossick continued, and it was raining opals on me.
And me, kind of.
Are you happy with this 50-50 deal?
Yeah, I'm happy, as long as you're not hiding any.
Yeah. 50. Everything. Whatever we find. Deal. Now let's go and find a bloody big opal.
I had no plans on keeping that deal.
Hey, Pat. How are you going, Ando?
We'll have a good look at that upstairs, but yes, that's opal.
I don't want to have it with him.
All right, I don't care.
You don't care.
So Ando wasn't playing by the rules. I was pretty sure he'd want 50-50 on my next find.
What have you got?
It was in here.
Careful, you'll hurt your feet.
Let's go halves in this. This is amazing.
That's my wallet.
It's some sort of wallet stone.
Got money in it.
Look at that. Just any old money. Pat, he's got hundreds. I mean, it's got hundreds. We're rich.
Pat's my wallet.
It's not. We said halves.
It's my wallet, Pat.
We've said halves of whatever we found, and we found, look at the colours in that. All the colours of the opal rainbow.
We emerged to the surface triumphant in a deal that landed Pat $60 and a Blockbuster card.
I really don't think she needed the card, mate.
No, she'll love it. But you're lucky it wasn't your driver's licence, because you did need that to get to Boulia, the home of some of Australia's most competitive camel racing. In fact, the Boulia Cup is the only professional camel race in Australia.
We booked ourselves in for a race, although no one was here yet for that race, so Haim demanded some camel riding practice on me.
Easy. Get it to tap out. Tap out. Tap. Yes, that's how you ride a camel.
I'm not sure if it was, so we decided to ask Woody how to ride them. He'd know. He's the caretaker of the track and a camel trainer.
Do you race them, Woody?
No, I've never been on a camel in my life.
Never been on one?
No.
Hang on, sorry, the operator of the camel racing track hasn't been on a camel.
How much would someone have to pay you to ride a camel going at full tilt?
No, I would not get on one. I've never been on one in my life, no intention of getting on one.
This is not good news. What's even stranger was that they go and grab the camels from the outback and herd them in just to race them.
Are we going to be all right going in this?
Yeah, you'll be right.
Is that just Queenslander again for I'm excited to see you guys get hurt?
Yeah.
It was going to be a fierce race. I mean, we were up against Ronnie, Denny and Rick, for heaven's sake.
Oh, not Rick!
Rick also doubles as the mayor of Boulia.
If we win, do we get keys to the city?
Oh, mate, when you live out here, we don't have keys.
Of course, you don't lock up
We
anything.
don't have lock-up there.
Okay, well, can we have your hat?
Hat? My hat, this hat.
Yeah, I'll race you for hats.
A mayoral hat.
Righto.
Yeah?
You're on.
Wow, hats were on the line. This was a high-stakes race. I wish we were a bit more confident.
I cannot fathom using this whip. At what point am I going to be on the camel going, I wish this thing was going faster?
Hayne got to know his ride, a camel called Don't Panic.
Here we go, don't panic. Let's bloody win.
Hey, did I detect a bit of panic there, Ham?
That was just a little bit of nervousness, not panic.
How's that feeling?
Yeah, geez, fine.
Well, I wasn't fine watching the handlers try and calm my camel down.
Seems to say that her last race, she fell off this one.
I got on Mario. We approached the starting line. It was a sellout crowd, and a dirty mayoral hat was within our reach.
Rick, I hope my head's still attached so I can wear your hat.
The race that stops half a town was about to commence.
The Caravan of Courage will return very soon as Hamish and Andy gear up for a very important mission.
This is not a recruiting ad for the army.
They blow up a mine. But next, can Hamish and Andy beat the male of Boulia in the biggest camel race of the year?
Go ahead, no! Ow! 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 Welcome back to the Caravan of Courage. You may notice that neither of us are wearing hats.
Great spot. But the headwear situation may improve soon because we were in a camel race and the prize was a mayoral hat.
Yeah, but if we lost, I'd lose my hat.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Go Australia, go!
Well, no, we can't really say go Australia because everyone in the race was Australian.
Right you are. Go Hamish and Andy from Australia. On behalf of Australia. Australia's behind you guys.
No, Australia, well, the mayor's family was probably behind him there. He's Australian.
All right, well, everyone except the mayor's family. Go for us.
We were poised at the start line of our very first camel race.
And this as-new mayoral hat was the prize.
With our groins at risk of permanent damage, Woody reached for the starter's rifle.
There was no on your marks. There was no get set. There was... Yeah, I think the gun just misfired. We were away.
I'm coming for you, Rick! I'm coming for you, Rick, as well!
The camels were now going 45 k's an hour.
Go ahead, no!
But I wasn't so worried about the race as a whole new problem had arisen. This was really setting back fatherhood.
Ow! Ah! My balls!
Who cares about kids, Andy? Hats. Think of the hats.
I'm frozen with fear!
Rick had just won. It was demoralising. A classic camel hustle. We'd lost the race, our dignity, we lost Andy's hat.
We moved on out of Queensland and into the Northern Territory and arrived at a caravan park just in time for dinner.
Oh, hello, cooking fans. Anna's been complaining that I never deep fry anything good. Well, you can't get much more good than the Caravan keys. It's a deep fried fortune cookie. The key ingredient is keys.
It was time for Andy to have his surprise dinner.
What have you got in there? Eat your way around it. Eat it out. Eat it. Don't peel it.
What have you put the key? Why have you deep fried the keys?
That's where the keys are.
That's plastic, mate.
I might have melted a little bit. Don't eat that bit. The other side's fine. Treat it like a bruise on a banana. They're impossible to cook for.
That fryer fried its last. Mark my words.
The next morning, the keys actually worked.
I knew they would.
And we made our way to the Bootu Creek mine to meet Alan.
Welcome to site.
It's a giant site. How big is it?
Yeah, it's 15k either way.
Digging out the old Big M, are we?
Moving manganese.
Manganese.
And they are moving a heap of it because manganese is an alloy required for the construction of many metals, particularly stainless steel. Write that down.
We were issued with protective clothing.
Yes, I love equipment.
And sat down for a briefing.
Quick visitor induction.
There will be a guide with us, but within the group, should there be sort of a captain in the group that then looks after the subordinates?
Guide can be the captain.
Yes, but then the guide, and then there's a captain just under the guide.
2IC.
So very,
2IC.
yeah.
I'll nominate 2IC in the car.
Accepted.
So the guide, the captain, and the non-ranking guy made their way to the mine.
It's actually quite reminiscent of Mars, isn't it?
So this is Turag Pit. See the little black piles down there, sort of on the bottom stage there?
Yeah.
That's the blast for today.
So we'll be setting that off.
So we're going to blow it up?
One of you will be blowing that up today.
Sweet God Almighty, we were going to blow something up.
This is very exciting.
Yes, Ham, but time was of the essence, so Alan wanted us to split up to see the rest of the mine before the blast.
So, Hamish, there's a truck there waiting for your...
Captain to the truck. Protect the captain at all costs.
And Andy will go and set some explosives and make things ready for
delicate
next,
hands.
digging.
And then the captain sets off the bombs?
Captain can set it off.
Yes, boom, boom, Blake to the rescue.
Jeez, it's big.
I was fine with that, because I had another idea I wanted to run by Alan.
So we've got to head down and check the explosives?
Yes, we do. We've got to do the final tie-in of the explosives and then...
Nothing can go off, though, when you're doing that bit?
No, nothing goes off until we connect it up the other end and we're all good.
Right.
This is a 30-minute warning for a blast to be carried out the 2-rake 4 pit.
Can I put something else in there?
Depends what it is. What have you got in mind?
Mini deep fryer on sale.
Hamish is a deep fryer, which is a silly thing to bring on caravan trip.
It's a fire hazard.
Would you be comfortable with me putting the deep fryer in the middle of the...
I think we could probably do better than I think we could fill it full of explosives and blow it up.
That was me driving the big truck, wasn't it?
So while Haim cut a lap, I grabbed the deep fryer and introduced the aptly named Bomber to the idea.
One of these will probably do the job, but just to keep you happy, we'll put 3 on. I guarantee you, there'd be nothing left of it.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
A quick bit of packing that would probably taste better than most of Haim's meals.
How many kilos of explosives went in there?
About 450 grams. Probably make a hell of a mess of a car.
Okay.
Attention all and sundry, this is the last dumper leaving 2-rake pit. We got Hard Hatto on board and Captain Hamish Bomber Blake, over.
The blast was set. 1,500 square metres of earth and 1 deep fryer. The boys ran the debt line to the top and the final safety patrol had finished. It was time.
Dear Lord, thank you for this extremely profitable medal. We now blow up your earth. Amen.
Once the countdown's going, is it shouldn't stop it, or...?
It won't be stopped. It's going.
Huge honour.
Ready for it? Waiting for it?
Waiting.
Stop fire, it's your call.
Firing stance, assumed. What are we counting down from, Dan?
10.
Straight down,
Before
ones?
the countdown, Dan, I've got one thing to tell you.
Don't distract the captain.
I've left something down there.
Too late, Ando.
Is it too late? There's no chance to go and get anything, is there, Al?
No, we can't go and get it now. It's all gone.
Oh, no, because it's your deep fryer.
Better be lying, you son of a bitch.
I'm not lying.
Guys, need to do the countdown.
Yeah, we do really need to do a countdown.
Yeah, it's ready to move.
Cool. That's our only source of food.
10.
God damn you, Andy.
9.
God damn you putting the captain in this position that he has to carry out his duty.
4.
I got a good man down there, guys.
3.
Don't make
2,
me do this.
1.
Son of a... Oh, Friar Tuck. He gave me so much. God damn it.
You know, gang, when you lose something you love, sometimes you wish you could just go back in time.
Yeah, and watch it again.
Any chance the fryer's okay?
Definitely not. No.
Is that the death whistle?
Yes.
Goodbye, old girl. This is what it sounds like when doves fry. No, don't clap. Don't clap, guys, because this is all that's left of the deep fryer. So here I am, I've made a little grave for her, complete with battered Kransky crucifix. A deep fryer taken from us, too young. We will always remember you. I want everyone to observe an hour's silence.
I'd like everyone to observe an hour's partying, so it's your choice.
No, well, do silent partying. That's what the deep fryer would have wanted.
There's plenty more still to come.
Also with snacks.
Welcome back to our Caravan of Courage. We are currently barrelling across the top of Australia.
We've seen a lot of great stuff and a lot of animals. One of the things we haven't looked at yet is dangerous animals. Now, Australia's got a lot of them. We've got crocodiles, we got spiders, we've got snakes.
Yeah.
You know about Australia. It's tough though. You don't know how you're going to react. You don't know how you're going to react to an animal. There is a government test you can take for snakes to see how you're going to behave if you come across one. We thought that was really fascinating. The test is actually, you can just... Snake! 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 Well done. You passed the test.
That is not...
That's the test. Julia Gillard sent that snake to me. Thanks, Big J.
That is not the test. We met someone with far more expertise.
We were still at the Bootu Creek mine in the Northern Territory. In this part of the world, snakes are a way of life. They can even end up in homes. That's where Rex comes in. He teaches people how to catch and release snakes and runs these courses for the mine.
Yep, there were snakes in those bins, and Rex had first-hand knowledge of the dangers.
I was bitten by a western brown snake in 2001. It took me 3.5 hours to go critical. Now, critical in a brown snake means you bleed. You basically bleed out of every hole in your body, so you bleed out your eyes, nose, ears. You've got a piercing, got a hole, it'll piss blood.
Whoa. And look how small the bite is.
So that's the worst bite you're going to see.
Jeez.
So it looks like absolutely nothing. So that's why people die from brown snakes. They get a scratch on the leg, you know, 30 minutes later, they just drop dead.
I'm worried I might have one already today.
Probably do. You might be dead by tonight.
Well, with those encouraging words, it was time to meet one of the most deadly snakes in the world.
Jesus.
So I'll let him go down there.
Snake.
Just stay dead still.
Snake.
Stay dead still and don't move.
Snake,
dead still.
Rex.
Yep, stay dead still. He'll go straight past you. Will he?
Really happy
dead
about
still.
this.
Don't move.
Big
Stay
snake.
dead still.
Big snake between your legs, Ando.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Okay, Andy's just passed the course.
Well, I didn't like the course. And this next bit was even more of a worry.
This is what we call a black-headed western brown snake. Now, notice how
the
he's...
other snake's getting out.
Oh, he's a bit cheeky, isn't he?
There's one on the loose.
Rex, movement.
Oh,
Mayday. Should we move? Should we run?
Don't run because that one's on the loose.
Now no one's watching this poisonous snake. Rex. Oh, good flick, Rex.
Yeah, let's put that guy back.
That was nice and easy, wasn't it?
We reverted to a rubber snake from then on in, and the system seemed pretty simple. As a two-man team, one of us would carefully pin the snake, and the other would use the tongs to pick it up and take it to the bin.
Yeah, just basic snake catching.
Well, this next bit was important, mate.
Let's say if I release the snake there, I do this, then I've lost sight of that snake.
Yes.
Now, what could happen is the snake's tail could be curled up there. So if you pull this out, all of a sudden you've got a snake there.
Yeah.
So you drop from here, then you come down and put that down, and then lock it.
Good life-saving skills to know. Lesson complete.
Actually, I did have one more question.
When you put this out on the curb for the garbos to pick it up, should you write snake on the top?
You should.
Or will they know?
Okay, now the lesson was complete. And suddenly, we had to catch the second most deadly snake in the world.
Whoa, he's a bit jumpy too. Okay, guys, move back a bit.
Okay, Pinhead, you're under arrest.
Okay, go and get him.
Arrest him.
Go and get him.
Arrest him, Andy.
Straight up.
Arrest him.
Watch him. Watch him.
Arrest him.
Go for the middle.
Arrest him.
Go for the middle. Hold him. Hold him.
Where do you want me to get him from?
In the front. Slide it.
I'm
slide it.
Snagged. From there?
Yep. Now you've got him.
Have you got him?
I've got him, Andy.
You sure?
Yeah.
Release.
I'm released.
Lift him right up.
Perfect, Ham. And drop the deadly snake from there.
Into the bin.
No, what are you doing?
Andy, he's on the loose.
Get him. Get him.
Andy, repin.
You're an idiot. I had one chance at this and not
just repin him.
And do exactly the same. You did really well, mate. Well done. Keep him pinned.
I've got
excellent pin. Slide underneath. Now both bring him over.
Trying to bite, I think.
Yep. Yeah, okay. Both bring him over.
Bring him over.
I'm retreating.
Okay, now you're right.
Good, Ham. This time, drop it from there.
Drop him.
Drop him.
No.
Oh,
that's not how
that's how it's done. And that's how it's done. You're under arrest, mate. You're going away for life.
Hamish has failed.
What do you mean?
Because you could have brought it back out.
Nah, Shield, I had a good visual on him. I did, Rex. Trust me, I know snakes, mate. My nickname's Hamish Snake. Look, I'm a bit of a renegade snake catcher. I break some rules, but I get the job done. That's Hamish.
You're going to kill your partner, man.
That's Hamish Snake's way. Humans rule. Special winner.
Happy that was over, we pressed on and hit the 3,000-kilometre mark of our journey.
That's 2 New Zealands, for anyone that always measures things in New Zealands.
And our next stop was here, as it was the first thing we'd seen for about 500 kilometres.
Free zoo.
Free Pink Panther theme zoo.
Free zoo, free Pink Panther? That's way cheaper than I'd usually pay for a Pink Panther in a zoo.
The mastermind behind the free Pink Panther theme zoo was Barry.
Pub/zoo, finally.
Barry showed us around the zoo, but he's most happy with his emu enclosure.
Yeah, these emus, I've had them 2 years.
Look at that.
Is that an egg?
Yeah, they have laid a few eggs, yes.
Can you eat them?
Yes, you can eat them.
What do they taste like?
Oh, beautiful.
Really?
Are they better than a chicken egg?
Yes, I reckon the best thing is to have them raw.
To raw? Who reckons that?
Well, there's Bill. And George.
Oh, yeah, I knew George did. Yeah. I forgot George used to do that.
How many chicken eggs in an emu egg, the size-wise, do you think?
Oh, I'd say there'd probably be a dozen.
A dozen eggs?
Would you like to see Hamish eat a raw emu egg?
Oh, it'd make me proud to see that happen.
It would make me proud as well, Barry. So I thought I'd fetch the egg while Hame questioned Barry about the supposed connoisseurs.
But what's Bill and George's last names?
Smith, I think.
Both?
Brothers.
Oh, they're brothers. Oh, here's me thinking you're making it up.
And it was off to the pub to drink it exactly like Bill and George used to.
Side of the glass, give it a good hard hit.
Okay, 7 layers of shell though.
Twice.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's a lot of egg.
It's delicious.
There you go.
Is it off?
Well, I give it a smell. I reckon it's perfect.
Yeah, it seemed perfect to me as well, Barry.
Until Hame asked me this question, I didn't think he was going to do it.
Does George Smith have a sick bucket?
Where's George's sick bucket?
So I went and found George's sick bucket. A little crowd had formed, and there was only one thing left to do.
And as George Smith always says...
Cheers.
Cheers. Geez, Barry seemed confident.
Oh, great! Barry, it's delicious!
I knew it would. I can see you loving it.
These fellows were loving it.
20-second rule, keep it down.
These guys, not so much.
It's coming back up. Oh, Barry. Oh, Barry. I'm not going to do that again.
You've had a dozen eggs.
I've had a dozen eggs,
Yeah, mate, you're going to be so healthy.
Thanks, Barry. Great pub you've got. And say hi to George and Bill for us, and their wives, of course.
Billy and Georgie.
Is Bill going out with Billy, or is Bill going out with Georgie?
What a great, honest fella.
Didn't vomit. I've tamed the snake. Everything's fine.
I'm actually a little nervous that you have that still. Anyway, it wasn't the end of our animal adventures. Stick around.
This epic adventure continues in a moment.
You've got your own pouch.
With overcrowded living conditions.
Is there anything you wouldn't do for a kangaroo?
A memorable experience in Arnhem Land.
He's more scared of you than you are of him.
And Hamish buys a whip and goes AWOL.
Amazing Australians.
We heard about an amazing woman called Mandy, who's apparently looking after 20 orphan kangaroos in her home.
And when we went inside, we discovered the legend was true.
They were everywhere. There. Oh, no, that's her granddaughter.
This is quite unique, man. How did this start?
My husband actually hit a red kangaroo, and that had Joe in a pouch, and that was my first one. And I haven't stopped.
You got addicted to kangaroos?
Yeah, 942, I think, we've released.
We then met number 943, who Mandy held very close to her heart.
You've got your own pouch. I feel like you're teaching these roos to be a bit touchy-feely from an early age.
He's about 4.5 months at the moment.
Cruising around Cooktown.
Then after Mandy fed all of her house guests, we quickly realised just how much Mandy is really appreciated by the roos.
He loves a cuddle, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's beautiful.
Wandering hands, boss.
It's unmistakable how much they love Mandy.
And straight down to the user.
And time to tickle the old belly button.
We take our hats off to Mandy, a truly amazing Australian.
Animals subject to sexual harassment. I can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
Can't we love that?
Welcome back
fine.
Well, Caravan country, getting close to finding out who's the winner out of Australia and New Zealand.
Both countries, I'm sure, are like right on the edge of their seat at the moment, so nervous. In fact, why don't we cross live and have a chat to both of the countries, see how they're going right now?
Oh, OK. New Zealand, how are you feeling?
Oh, yeah, bro, pretty good and all that. Australia's so good, I'm nervous, hey! Oh, OK.
Wow, that's...
Good to talk to you. A little bit. Seemed a bit panicked there.
How are you feeling, Australia?
Oh, yeah, really good, mate. Yeah, no, I'm not being a tall poppy, though, because then I'd hate myself. Yeah.
OK.
Oh, interesting take. Both countries playing their cards close to their chest.
Nice.
Great insight.
Nice to speak to both actual countries. Let's see how Australia goes. We moved on up through the Northern Territory, and Hayne was convinced we needed to stop at a place called Mick's Whips.
Oh, jeez, there's Mick. This must be with Mick. Oh, yeah. Gee. Do you reckon he cuts his hair with a whip? I don't know.
I'm very interested in getting a whip. Yeah, Mick. Yeah. I've heard you're the best.
How can whips be useful just in everyday life?
I'll answer that. Whipping, encouraging people to work harder, catching your own animals, trick whipping things off your friend's head, grabbing a sword out of a guy's hand that's trying to attack you, Indiana Jones style. Do you ever do that? No? Yeah.
Not really, no.
Not really, so probably a knife or something.
Is it the sound that's getting the stock moving or actually a bit of a whack?
It's a bit of both, isn't it?
Well, technically it's the sound.
Yeah, but that air hits their ears and so it's sort of an air hit and they get moving from there. Yeah, so good question. We get that a lot.
So of the two experts, I chose Mick to demonstrate the whips.
That's good weapon.
Yeah. Oh, too easy.
I thought expert number 2 should also demonstrate.
Have you cracked a whip before, Hamish?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, cracking a whip is very much like cracking a nut. Just one swift move. Not bad.
That's quite a dangerous way of doing it.
Yeah, that looks like it's coming back at your eyes.
Ow! Sometimes it'll hit you on the shoulder.
If you can get a crack out of it, you can buy it.
Whoa, with that offer on the table, I needed to give this everything.
Yeah, that's it. More Vegemite. Right out to the side, Hamish. That's it.
Yes! Get back at it!
Put it down, put it down, put it down. We can
not now that I've tasted the thunder.
Yeah.
Get the wallet!
So I got the wallet and we reluctantly owned a whip.
Yeah, OK.
Drive! Yes. Drive! Go on! Ow! Hit my hand. Hit my hand.
We left Mick's Whips, but it was only 500 metres before we were stationary again.
Hamish has made me stop the car so he can practice whipping. Yeah, he's gone mental. You get back in the van! Get back
But we eventually got away.
Gonna let me whip a can off your head?
Absolutely not.
What else are we doing out here, mate? Not a lot. We're in the middle of the bush. We've got nothing to do. Yep. You've discovered that your friend has this insane talent, so let him just whip a can off your head.
Pestering like this continued for many hours.
Not doing the can.
Just one can. I'm not asking for 10 cans. I'm asking for one can. I'd let you if you showed natural ability at the whip, but you haven't.
And 200 kilometres later, after a quick stop for supplies, we'd reached an agreement.
So Andy has agreed to allow me to whip a can off his head, but only if he's wearing a helmet covered in plasticine, so we can see after the whipping if indeed I would have whipped his bare head.
Needless to say, we are behind driving schedule now after finding plastic. Hang on, mate.
Not a problem. I know how to maybe make you drive a little faster. Drive it!
Oh, that got me in the foot.
Did it?
Yeah.
OK, well, put some plasticine on your feet so you can prove it to me.
So the test was set up, the bottle was placed on Ando's unwilling head, and I was ready to make whip history.
Oh!
What happened?
Nothing.
I closed my eyes.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
OK. You good?
Yep.
Tell me when you're going for it. One attempt.
Yeah. Going for it. That was amazing! That was amazing!
That was amazing.
I think you bloody done it.
I bloody whipped it clean! Number one go. Get back here. Ah! I've whipped myself in the face.
We continued to the top end of the Northern Territory and arrived at a barracks of a regiment called Norforce that combines the skills of Indigenous and non-Indigenous troops.
Norforce is one of those unique units, the Australian Army, and it provides a capability for defence that defence can't buy. The Indigenous bring their knowledge of the land and their familiarity with the land. Our non-Indigenous guys, they know the terrain and the country as well.
We were invited into the platoon as honorary members.
Once they get the uniform, they're then one of us. You'll be embedded, so when we say something, you do it, particularly if I tell you to.
Well, the first thing we were told to do was sit in on the mission briefing.
We are going about 10 kilometres across here, Darwin Harbour. We then roll into the Cox Peninsula. One thing that is a safe assumption is there's no threat force identified acting against Australian Defence Force elements within our AO tonight. Yes.
Isn't that exactly what they would want us to think?
I can safely say that there's no one out there.
Agree to disagree.
And at 0600 hours the next morning, we'd take part in our first ever military mission. This was pretty rad.
Being on patrol, it can make you think about your loved ones a lot. And at this particular moment, I decided I was in love with Rog.
The missions continued into the night and we were getting pretty comfy as soldiers.
Pretty happy to report that Australia is still in firm control of this coastline. Let's hear it for the Aussies.
But right when you let your guard down, the enemy strikes.
Hey, Steve, I've got a question. Is it possible to be stung by something through your pants? Through your pants? Yeah. Can I ask? You've probably got two-stroke. If it's burning.
You got stung by the petrol, mate. You've got to have a look at his ass.
Oh no, all the lounging on the petrol tanks had resulted in a chemical burn to my behind.
Mayday, mayday! We got hostile pants on a good man!
Take your pants off, we need to see your ass. No smoking, if anyone's smoking, I got a man with an exposed petrol-y ass. I'll fresh water it. Stay calm. Stay calm. Like I said to you guys, you can train and train, but when shit gets real, how's that, mate? It's actually really good. All right.
We thought we were out of the woods, but the burn came again.
I had no choice but to order Operation Moonstream, but things looked the bad side of critical, and we wondered whether he'd survive.
True or false? Protecting your mate is one of the linchpins of being a Defence Force member.
Well, it's good to see you looked after him. I actually commend you for your commitment to that task last night.
I accept your official commendation.
No worries.
What is it, a medal or is it just a certificate?
No, it's just a well done.
Could I have a wink?
His word. No.
Will you give him a wink? No. All due respect, sir, I formally request a wink for what I did.
I'm not giving you a wink.
I say again, mate, in all seriousness, I believe I've served with distinction and protected another member of Norforce.
You have. You certainly look after you.
Hereby indicate to you I'm ready to receive my wink.
Nice.
He's not giving you a wink.
I'm not going to wink.
I informally order you to wink at me.
I will not be ordered by you.
I never did receive my wink.
Second highest number you can get me Defence Forces to wink.
Stick around, everybody. Nearing the end of our adventure, we'll find out the winner straight after this. Welcome back to the Caravan of Courage. Mother Nature is even getting emotional to find out who's going to be the winner.
Raining down cheap, watery confetti upon us to celebrate the end of the show. We are almost at the end. Not even we know who wins. The excitement is freezing. I mean, it's exciting.
We moved east from Darwin towards Arnhem Land, having to trade in the caravan for a four-wheel drive as the terrain was like this.
I knew we should have bought the Caravan. It would never have got bogged.
And it was here, after 2 hours of driving on sand tracks, we met the most remarkable family.
My name is Timi Jawa Murmurunga Brodawanga, and my role here is I'm the leader of these communities.
When you're filling out a form,
Do you put your whole name down?
No.
Just initials will do. Yeah, your licence must be that long.
How long have you been in this area?
Since when I was a little boy.
This is your family's area?
Yep. Living in this environment is just so magical because we were living here for thousands of years now. The generation moved to see how today's life is about. It's just living in an environment that has not been touched. It's so healthy environment that we could live in this country.
Bushberries. Can you eat these?
No. This is so women can't get pregnant.
Oh, it's contraceptive?
Yeah.
There you go, Ando. Don't want any little mini Andos running around up the top end just yet.
And so how long does it last on a woman?
They're like...
For the life?
Yes.
Oh, give those back. No.
From day to day, survival and looking after each other are the only things that Timmy and his family need to consider. This is achieved by knowing every little detail about the land.
It's a good shot. This is the Arnhem Land version of just stopping at the servo.
Yeah. Can I eat the ant?
You can eat, they say you can eat the back.
Oh!
Are they sweet?
Yeah.
All right. Can I
have some. It's like a sour lemon.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's sit out here all day eating those. Good ant find, eh? Well, we went out with our spears to hunt crabs, fish and turtles, and we returned with bark, leaves, and a big knob full of ants. Hunters.
After bush shopping, Timmy issued us with bush plates and we sat in the cool of the water to eat, although we wondered whether this was the best place for the dining room table.
Just TV over there, watching the crocodile.
Just watching Crocodile TV.
Yeah.
Our favourite channel. It's amazing reception.
Yeah.
High definition. It's just bizarre that there's a crocodile right there. If we were going down to have a meal and there was a crocodile in the water, traditionally, I would not get in the water. Interesting how different cultures collide on the old crocodile issue.
Yeah, but I guess it all comes back to an understanding of the environment.
I think we back off now.
Okay, I think we back off as well, yep.
When crocodile attacks you, put it in the water, what do? You use your finger. Eyes.
In the eyes?
No.
In the arse?
Yeah, true. And crocodile doesn't like that. They
you put a shame on them.
Yeah.
Put shame on them?
Yeah.
But you've got to get back there. What if he's got your head?
Yeah, like that, and then you try and...
Yeah. Ooh!
Still, they know when to swim and they know when not to. Timmy and his family even have a bush recipe for moisturising and exfoliating. Feels great. Yeah.
That's true, eh?
I mean, make a mess of my lounge room, but you would do this every night.
As we let the bush moisturiser settle in, it occurred to us that our trip was nearly complete. It had been an epic adventure. We'd seen some amazing things. And bearing in mind that New Zealand scored very high last week, it was time to see how Australia had gone.
Whoa, hang on a minute. That can't be right.
Yeah, can we wind it back a bit? I'm not sure if everything's been included.
What about the bee beard?
Goodbye, old friend.
Remember the bee beard?
Yeah, and Pat looking for opals. Had that been included?
It could be a turd.
Had the great food been added to the score? I don't think it had.
I'm going to double check, Ando, because there was great food.
That should definitely be included. Yeah, good.
Oh, and the whips. What about the whips, eh?
No, that had been added.
Ah.
But if you include the amazing landscape...
Check.
The willingness of people to help out strangers.
God, so good. So good. Look at that.
And bravery against the odds.
I can't believe we didn't put that in. Yeah, of course.
The correct tally would now obviously show a dead heat.
A dead heat? A dead heat?
What do you do with a dead heat?
You just can't... There's nothing you can do, right? Wrong. That's why we've got the rule book, OK? The rule book will know what to do with a dead heat. We've never had a dead heat whilst doing a country comparison show before.
Is there a section for dead heat?
There is no section. Oh, no, here it is.
OK.
Oh, it's at the back. OK, here we go. The rule book says When doing a show comparing countries and you achieve a dead heat, you must award the winner to the country that comes first alphabetically. Oh my God! We did it! We did it! Oh my God! I'm sorry, New Zealand. You put up a great fight, but the rules are the rules. Rules are rules.
Change your name to Aardvark.
That's the rule book.
We'll see you next time, everybody.
Sorry.
Guys, you've got nothing else to do. Come on, keep watching. Go, go, go.
We don't want to appear needy, but please subscribe.
Hey, Ando, you know who subscribed recently? That big Japanese YouTube star.
Oh.
That everyone likes.
Yeah, great.
So she's on.
Yeah.
You get on.
Subscribe.